What the What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys are doing well. Something special arrived and I just wanted to share with you exactly what it is. So with that being said, right here I have finally MacBook. So as you guys know, or if you don't, I've been recently for the last 3.5 years I've been editing on the Asus G14. I believe it's a 2021 version. Due to some recent events, I was forced to upgrade the laptop. Finally, I decided to make the switch. So, as my friends know, I always said I will never get Apple, I will never get Apple. But eventually, I started buying in their ecosystem, and yeah, it just made sense. So, that's what we have right here. So, without further ado, this is still not unboxed. So, only the first box. So, I've only just opened up the second box. So, the MacBook is still sealed. Ooh, this is heavy. So there we have it. Finally. I'm excited for this, to be honest. And just before we get into the unboxing, as a lifelong Windows user, the reason why I made the switch, this laptop was a beast, but it had a few issues that really bugged me, which were quite a big issue actually. The problem with this is the fact that unplugged, the GPU is turned off. So it has to use the integrated Ryzen GPU, which is not powerful like the Nvidia one that it has into it. So therefore, kind of like unplugged, the machine is useless. And genuinely, it's useless. Only for like doing some emails and light stuff, but the rest, forget it. The second thing about the Asus was the fact that the battery life sucked. On energy efficient mode or whatever you call it, you probably get around 2.5 hours of very light use. So anyways, let's get this thing opened up. It's not a spec'd up version, but I don't think I need a spec'd up version. And it's with the 24 gig RAM. Oh. Nice. And I did get the silver one. And let's just put it down here. So there it is. My new daily. So let me just put it on the side quickly. It's actually heavier than I thought. I think it weighs like 2 something. Okay, we have the power cord. This is with the MagSafe. Oh, that's so much better than the huge brick I had. Just for reference, the other one, the one for the Asus, was about this big. And I'm not joking, it was really this big. Now obviously this is a 95 watt, 70 watt power charger, and the one of my Asus I believe was 180 watts. So that kind of explains the size difference, but man, traveling with that thing was horrible. And you know that I travel a lot, and the fact that I needed something that is efficient for traveling, so it's one of the biggest reasons for the switch, to be honest. So let's see. Nice. This thing is nice. Yeah, they're just about the same weight, to be honest. So I did get the silver version because I was reading about the fact that the black one or whatever, it tends to start chipping a bit. So I was like, I'll just play it safe and get silver. Plus, I think the silver still looks like iconic. Oh, what the Does this always do this? First impressions. The display, man. Oh, and the touchpad is amazing. It's way better than the Asus one, and the Asus one had a decent touchpad. We're back. So, today is Sunday. I finally had the chance to play around a bit with the Mac and basically give you Also, like some first impressions on what I think about it. Yesterday I was also already editing this video that you'll be seeing on the MacBook, and man, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. So first things that I noticed was the screen on this is beautiful, and pretty much like editing on it is such a breeze. It's really such a breeze. Like it's so smooth. The playback is really smooth. Not that I had big issues before in the previous laptop, but it's incredible the efficiency of this machine compared to that one. Like when I would be editing videos on the previous Asus, you'd hear the fans of that thing like kicking from the start. Like you really, that machine was really good, but really loud. So far, I still have not heard the fans run on this Mac. So I am extremely impressed. And I was editing videos with 4K playback and stuff like that, adding lots color grading, no issues whatsoever. So very impressed with that. The charger, it's compared to this thing, it's amazing. So I'm really also happy with that, the fact that I don't need to carry like such a big charger with me. Yeah, I mean, so far it's been a pleasant experience. The one thing I really dislike about the Mac is the keyboard. I find the keyboard on the Asus to be so much nicer to type on. Like this keyboard is just, I will get used to it for sure, but it just doesn't feel as premium as the whole laptop does. So overall, so far I'm very happy with it. I will be obviously testing it out down in the future, and I can let you know a bit later down the line what I think about it, like a long-term review or something like that. But so far so good. So I'm definitely happy with the purchase, to be honest. So thought I'd make a quick recap and pretty much just give you some feedback on. Obviously, would I recommend it? I probably would. I mean, again, these are very like early impressions, but I don't see why you should not get a Mac, especially if you do video editing, to be honest, because the efficiency on these machines is incredible. I'm not saying that Windows are bad, far from it, but there are some limitations when it comes to the performance, especially if you are working on the go. Because to be honest, if I'm working constantly from one point, I wouldn't say that the Asus was a bad PC. The problem with the Asus comes when you're trying to move around, when you're trying to basically travel, when you're trying to work on the go. That's where the problem is. Obviously, the battery life on those machines are very limited because obviously it's also designed for gaming and designed to be plugged in. But yeah, I think also for the work I do, this machine suits me more. And also, given that I do a lot of traveling and I do a lot of work in coffee shops and everywhere, this would be a good option as it allows me to literally not limit my performance based on if I'm plugged or unplugged. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to make the switch. Because truth be told, the new Asus G14 that they launched this year, there was a step up in the build quality, there was a step up in the way it feels, like the premiumness of it. So I felt the Asus in hand, and I genuinely really liked it. And gonna be very honest with you, the Windows OS for me works perfectly. They've done big improvements throughout the last few years, and it wasn't a matter of the the OS experience being a problem. It was more the physical limitations that these types of machines have when it comes to performance slash battery life. Windows machines are amazing, but I felt like it was time for me to make the switch. Would I say, like, if you had to choose between both, you just need to understand what your use case is and basically move forward from there. So definitely take that into consideration. But for video editing, for productivity, for business, I don't think you can get something better than this, to be honest. So I'll be linking down the model that I've bought down in the description. So if you're interested, you can check it out from there. And yeah, let me know if you have any feedback, any comments, any tips and tricks are always welcome. Also, if you know anything like that I should do to optimize my Mac experience, or any accessories that you recommend me to get, feel free to basically drop them down in comments. I'll see you guys in the next one.